I don't know about you, but I've been digging this NFL season. Joe Burrow is here, Justin Herbert has arrived, Tank for Trevor has been a way of life in New York City, but one thing does seem to be missing from football though. Not enough politics? No, that's not it. Brett Favre unretiring? No, that's not it either. Oh, I got it. What the NFL is missing is Jameis. Hola friends, welcome to Takes en Fuego. Today we speculate on the greatness that is Jameis Winston and wonder. I mean, he's got to be better than Joe Flacco, right? Look, in 2019, Jameis led the league in passing yards, he was second in the league in touchdowns, and he was 6th in passing yards per attempt. For every pass Jameis threw, the team got an average of 8.2 yards. So why isn't Jameis starting on a team? Well, to be fair, his passer rating was towards the bottom of the league despite all these great stats. And that's because Jameis was setting records in another way too. His 30 interceptions is legit incredible. It doesn't set the record for interceptions, which happened in 1962 when Houston Oilers quarterback George Blanda played 14 games and threw 42 picks. This means George Blanda threw 3 interceptions on average every single game. In modern football, this is legendary in some ways for Jameis. He is the only active quarterback to be in the top 100 of interceptions in a single season. In a time where quarterbacks have the advantage where rule changes mean penalties are friendlier and friendlier to the passing offense, Jameis blew the doors off what we even thought was possible. And you know what? It was absolutely can't miss television. If Jameis was on the TV, he was either scoring on a deep pass to Mike Evans, or he was chucking it up for grabs deep downfield for a 50-50 ball that sometimes worked out and sometimes didn't. If Brett Favre was a gunslinger, Jameis Winston was slinging dick and bazookas, and it might hit deep for a touchdown, or it might blow up the whole drive. Overall though, it seems like Jameis just has bad PR. Sportscasters focus so much on the bad, the interceptions. Let's focus on the good. He puts up yards and tutties, ranked among first in the league in these categories, and sometimes interceptions. But it's not like the Bucs were a bad team with him running the offense. Who would benefit from having Jameis as their guy? I'm a big proponent that I think too often a team will take a player, spend 3 years on him to figure out he's not the guy, when he kinda just knew a year and a half in that he wasn't. Don't get me wrong, I see why teams do it. You draft a QB in the top 15 and you want to see him produce. But when you're investing so much time and energy into a failed pick, you're just wasting everyone's time. We just saw it again with Mitch Trubisky. Everyone knew he's not the guy, but we spent nearly 3.5 years trying to figure it out when we really just knew it last year that he wasn't the guy. And I fear we're going to see that again on the Broncos and Giants. Drew Lock got a lot of hype this offseason, and when you're coming off that Joe Flacco season, I understand why. You're just excited to have something. But was that real hype or post-Flacco hype? The Broncos could bring in Jameis and at the very least as motivation to Lock. Look, we want you to succeed, Drew Lock, just make progress. If you don't make progress, Jameis is the guy. The Mile High City will get mile high bombs deep downfield. The New York Giants are another team. Daniel Jones had a nice couple of games when he first came in, and since then hasn't progressed at all, and in fact appears to be much worse than what he was before. You know what New York deserves? Some excitement. James Dolan isn't delivering that. The Yankees and Mets didn't go deep this year. The Jets are tanking for Trevor. And how do the Giants compete with that? Jameis Winston. Seriously, the Winston-Barkley matchup would be unreal, and for the first time in a long time, Giants football would be can't-miss TV. This one seems like low-hanging fruit, but if the Jaguars don't take a quarterback in next year's draft, to me, it's inexcusable to not go in free agency to get someone like Jameis Winston. Gardner Minshew was fun, there were some magic moments in there, allegedly powered by a magic mustache, but it's time to move on in Jacksonville, and everyone knows it. Jameis would be an easy way to level up if they can't out-tank New York and the draft is unsuccessful. I must say this is my biggest conspiracy theory yet, but if the Cowboys are unwilling to commit to Dak, and I have an entire video about why they should, so I won't go into that, but the Cowboys in theory should be ready to win now. It was hard to tell this season that their offensive line was obliterated and their defensive stars seemed to disappear at times, but that roster should still be contending, and the good news is they will contend in the NFC East for some time. If they choose to move on from Dak, who will likely demand somewhere over $40 million a year, Jameis Winston will be a much cheaper option and would allow them to contend, certainly in that division, and allow them to fill in gaps on the roster with all the extra money. Even if he doesn't work out football-wise, it seems like other sports have this down. In a time where Logan Paul is entering boxing matches, no one is expecting him to be the best boxer in the world. They're expecting entertainment. Either Logan Paul is going to punch someone in the face, or Logan Paul is getting punched in the face. It's a win-win. People will watch. Same with McGregor. Same with Gronk in the WWE. Worst case scenario, Jameis could be that in the NFL. People will watch. He's incredibly entertaining, and the NFL team will make ratings and make money. No joke. And then just from a skill standpoint, you can't tell me he's not a top 32 quarterback in the world. I totally get that the goal is to win a Super Bowl, and someone who throws it to the other team so often makes that goal difficult. But if we're going to give out starting jobs to who is the best in their field, Jameis needs to start. Jameis is too good, and he's too fun. What do you think? Should Jameis be on a team? Who fits best? Let me know in the comments, and be sure to subscribe for more NFL stars on the move.